Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've been dolled up for the camera, but for those of you who are new, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe if you like my videos. Today, we're going to be talking about all things lip fillers, as you can tell by the title. So it's going to be all about my experience with lip fillers and some frequently asked questions that have been DM'd to me through Instagram. So if you guys are very curious about getting lip fillers done, I think this will be the perfect video for you, so stay tuned. So I've been super fortunate to have been granted the opportunity to work with Younger Image, who is located in Vienna, Virginia, which is in the Northern Virginia area. And Yasmin, who's the patient care and marketing coordinator, DM'd me and asked me if I'd like to try lip fillers with them. I took over their Instagram and we did a live video and it was so much fun. And I just had the best experience there. And it was just not only the people, I was so informed and educated with the proper knowledge going into these injectables that I was getting done. So I want to kind of share the information that I was given to you guys, so you guys have a little bit more knowledge and a little bit more insight as to how the full experience works. So Dr. Yosef, who is the heart and soul of Younger Image, has had over 19 years of experience and specializes in liposuction, fat reduction, and also fat transfer. And I was able to meet him and get introduced to him, and I was also introduced to Aubrey, who's had over 10 or 13 years of experience with injectables. So I was able to talk with Aubrey and tell her exactly like what I wanted, and she was able to give me her honest opinion about what she think would be best for me, which I really appreciate. I really do like honesty, and I really do appreciate, you know, professional opinions, because I've only gone through this once. So make sure that wherever you end up going, that you feel comfortable with the information they're giving you. So the reason why I chose to get my lips done again was because the first time around I was like, I would say 7 out of 10 happy with them. I got Juvederm injectables, and so Juvederm is kind of like one of the most renowned brands that a lot of people get done, Juvederm and Juvederm Plus. I ended up going with Restylane injectables. So generally what I've heard is that the difference between Restylane and Juvederm is that Juvederm is easier to smooth out. It's a lot softer to the touch as well, whereas Restylane is kind of, when it's like formed, it kind of stays in. So with Juvederm, they say there's like less like risk for getting the lumps in your lips. But honestly, the first time I got Juvederm, I still got lumps in my lips. So I want to show you guys a close-up of what kind of happened with my lips when I got them done first. So if you guys can see, I'm going to take a pen really quick. There's actually a dip right here compared to the side. You see how this is smooth? This is what happened the first time around. So I spoke to Aubrey about it, and I was like, do you think that that's because it wasn't like smoothed out throughout the actual process of being injected? And she was like, sometimes it doesn't have to do with that. So that's kind of a risk factor in getting injectables done, is you will get those dips. You do see a lot of that on Instagram with people who actually overfill their lips and they get more than, you know, the lip can handle, I would say. But they do fade between like, I would say 4 to 6 months. If you want to keep up with the appearance, you do have to go at least twice a year, depending on the look you're going for. Besides the unevenness and the fact that I wanted my lips to be fuller, I also wanted to kind of hide that imperfection. And I know that, you know, a lot of people are like, well, your lips were nice before, you didn't really need them. And no, I don't really need them, but it's just kind of like, I personally feel like if you try something once, like that's the best thing to do. I just always feel like I want to at least try something once. It's the same thing with me going shopping at Sephora when a new line drops. If a new line drops, I'm buying at least 2 of their products and testing them out. You know what I mean? With fillers, there are a lot of different options. So depending on the brand that you get, the price will vary depending on the location you also go to. So that's never like a streamlined thing. You do want to keep in mind the price difference and stuff like that, and also do your research as to which you'd rather go for. I loved Restylane over Juvederm. I'm gonna say that right off the bat, because Restylane to me feels a little bit stiffer. And I know that doesn't sound like very nice, but I feel like my lips always look nice and full. And I really, really love that about the Restylane. With the Juvederm, I think it's definitely way more natural. And, you know, my first time around, that's what I wanted. It's totally what I wanted. But Now my second time around, I definitely wanted a little bit more fullness, and I feel like it's not like so dramatic to the point where it's like, oh my god, she's like has a lot of lip fillers and lips. So when you do get your lip fillers done, you will see a difference literally immediately. But there are different levels of like the syringes, the fillers that you can actually get. So there's half a cc, which is 0.5. There's 1 cc, and then there's 2 cc's. So it's basically like the amount of filler they put into the syringe. So half a cc is going to give you the most natural appearance. So it's just going to give you a little bit of volume, just a tiny bit. What I've heard from a lot of different professionals is that a lot of the more mature clientele will gravitate more towards the half of the cc because it's more natural and it's not as obvious. The most popular to get done is the 1 cc, which is the full syringe, which is what I got done. So this is what 1 cc looks like after about 2.5 weeks of healing. So I am done healing. There's no swelling, there's no scarring, there's no bruising, there's none of that anymore. So I feel very comfortable and confident in my own skin, which I'm very happy about. The next thing I was asked is, does it hurt? Yes, it's uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable. I was fortunate enough to get 2 rounds of numbing, which they told me they never do with anyone. But because we were doing a live, I wanted to make sure that I was able to like be comfortable and show you guys and talk and stuff like that. But normally they'll just give you 1 round of numbing, and then they'll go ahead and inject you unless you're like a pain freak and you'll pass out from pain. So in that case, I would definitely ask for 2 rounds of numbing. So after you get the injectables done, you will feel sore. You're gonna stay numb for like the next hour or 2 after the injectables, and it does feel a little weird and uncomfortable. But keep in mind, after getting injectables, you're more than likely gonna be swollen for at least 48 to 72 hours. For me, it took 72 hours for the full swelling to completely go down, and let me tell you, the swelling was bad. So I'm gonna show some photos over here of what my swelling looked like, and I don't want you guys to freak out because this is a total natural reaction, for me at least. Actually, the first time I got them done, my swelling was worse than this. Yeah, the swelling was the worst on day 2. The swelling was pretty bad on day 1, and then by day 3 I looked like really nice and full and sexy. But I will tell you that the swelling the first time around took me 5 days. So for each person it's gonna be a little bit different. I just want you guys to keep in mind that you will look a little crazy, and it is part of the process. So by day 4 I felt fabulous. And even now I'm just really happy with the way they look. I don't think that they're too crazy, and I love that my lips don't look like they're protruding outwards like this, you know, because that's not cute. The other things I wanted to go over is how to keep up with swelling, because you will be swollen. So with swelling, everyone's different. You may or may not swell as much as me, but if you do, make sure you take care of yourself. So pineapples are the best things to eat. Pineapples have this enzyme in them called bromelain. I don't remember how to pronounce it, but it's supposed to help reduce swelling and bruising, which is the 2 things that you may or may not experience when you get lip injections. Every time, not every time, like I've gone like a bajillion times, right? Yeah. So the first time and the second time, I noticed most of my bruising was on the outside of my lips, which was very interesting. And it was always on my top lip. So that was a pattern, and that was definitely just my body reacting. But pineapples help. Then there's also something you can buy over the counter called arnica. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Besides that, you're obviously going to need to ice. If you can, definitely ask at the doctor's office if they can give you a pack of ice. And then when you get home, keep icing it. Like, you need to keep icing it. That's going to help you with your swelling, with the pain and the discomfort the first few days, because your body is just like, whoa, what's in my body right now? This is a lot, and it reacts by swelling a lot. I heard about jade rolling on the Skinny Confidential. I don't know if you guys follow Lauren Everts. I love her, and she talks about jade rolling all the time. So I ended up buying one, but the jade roller is literally so freaking perfect because I leave it in my freezer, and for some reason the jade roller just like it like sucks in all the cold and it keeps the temperature for a very long time. So I was able to literally like roll my lips with the Jade Roller and it felt so good. The best thing about getting your lips done is the fact that you can put on makeup immediately after you get them done. The first thing that I do is I take out my concealer and my lip pencil and my lipstick and I put that on. The main thing though about getting your lips done is you cannot exercise in the first day, within the first 24 hours. I don't exercise regularly anyway, so I'm not gonna lie to you and be like, yeah, I had to skip the gym for 24 hours and I almost died. Just the main thing you wanna watch out for when you're getting your injectables done is to make sure that whoever's doing it is not only a professional, so definitely do your research on your doctor. Make sure they're smoothing out your lips throughout the whole process. So they will literally take their 2 fingers in your mouth and press and smooth the filler so that it's evenly distributed and it doesn't get lumpy. So if it does get lumpy, you actually have to, I would touch my lips soon after I'm a little bit more comfortable and not so sore. But I'd literally go in and I would press on my lips to feel if there are any bumps, and then I also go and see if there are any bumps, and I do the same thing on the top, and if I see bumps I immediately squeeze the shit out of them and smooth them out so that they're not going to stay like that. I will be posting a blog post on this so you guys can see the videos a little bit more up close and personal and a little bit more detail on the FAQs on that blog post, but otherwise I will be linking Younger Images Instagram down below, and then also my Instagram handle and all my social media handles and all that fun stuff that everyone has to talk about on their freaking YouTube channel, right? Yeah. So definitely give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, if it was helpful at all. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. And I will see you guys next time for a tutorial, hopefully. So let me know what you want to see. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.